Rev up your engines! Well, Ford, the inventors of the Model T, which was the first really mass-produced car, has decided they don't want to really make cars anymore. They say that they're going to phase them out, and they're only going to make the Ford Mustang, which is their very popular sports car, and a car they're going to call the Focus Active. Now, before you freak out and think, oh man, Ford is stopping making cars, realize that they're still making all kinds of transportation vehicles. They're going to still make trucks, SUVs, crossover vehicles, and hybrid vehicles. You may not know it, but Ford's plan is that by the year 2021, they're going to be #1 sales in the United States for hybrid cars, surpassing Toyota. Now, if you want to know the reason that they're not building cars anymore, a lot of it has to do with both profitability and society, what's popular and what isn't popular. In terms of profitability, SUVs, crossover vehicles, and pickup trucks are the most profitable things to build. So of course, they want to build them and sell them. Now, when I was a young mechanic in the 1960s, station wagons were really popular. Everybody had a station wagon to fit the kids and stuff in. SUVs and crossovers have taken over from that. As an example, take this 2007 Toyota Matrix. It's basically a Toyota Corolla. The engine, transmission, brakes are exactly the same, but it's a small SUV body. People want the handiness of 4 doors, but they also want carrying capacity, where you can flop the seats down. I've carried sheets of plywood in this thing. Just take a look at any parking lot these days. You're gonna find there's tons of SUVs, crossovers. So really, it's not like people aren't buying cars or making cars. They're just the cars with the SUV body style on them. Or in the case of the big SUVs, they're just a truck with an SUV body stuck on top of it. So Ford have been making F-150 trucks for a really long time, and they're very popular. Hey, they make money selling those, but they make even more money selling the giant SUV versions of them. And if you really look at it today, Ford saying they're not going to make any cars except for the Mustangs really isn't that big of a change, because today they only make 6 models of sedans and coupes anyway. They're just dropping 6 models. It's not that big of a deal, really. Now, it was a really big deal when people gave up their horses and buggies and got Model T Fords. But I mean, really, changing from a Ford Fusion to an SUV or a crossover really isn't that big of a change anyways. And when you look at it from a business standpoint, hey, if you're in a company, what would you want to sell? A bunch of little cars you hardly make any money at, or SUVs, crossovers, and big pickup trucks that you make a lot of profit on? It would only make sense to go the way of not making the little cars. And from what they talk about their Focus Active, they don't actually make it yet, but that'll probably be a smaller car. Odds are it'll be made in China. Who knows? It might even be an electric car. So if they go electric cars or even smaller cars, hey, they'll have a car to sell to people. And if you really think about it, when Ford was only making Model Ts a long time ago, and Henry joked, hey, you can have any color you want as long as it's black, hey, they made a lot of money selling only one model of car. And the Mustangs, hey, they'll probably be making them for a long time. It's a popular American icon. You can get little bitty ones with 4-cylinder engines. You can get them with big V8 engines. You can get them standard, automatic, even a 10-speed automatic that's pretty much bulletproof. So all in all, this talk about Ford no longer making any cars, well, you know, it's kind of a big deal about hardly anything at all. Most people, hey, they're going to SUVs. They got a family. They want to fit a bunch of people in. They want to carry stuff when they can. And if they're really serious, they'll get a pickup truck. And they're never going to stop making those pickup trucks. So if you really think about it, the idea of Ford no longer making cars is just fitting with the rest of our society. They're switching to SUVs and giant pickup trucks that they were always good at. If the future merits it, electric cars and a heavier dose of hybrids. Although the hybrids cost so much money to produce, I personally doubt that they'll ever be a really gigantic part of the market, because, hey, either go full electric or really efficient gasoline engines. You're going to get about the same thing out of either of them. Why switch the whole way to a system that has to go partly electric, partly gasoline or diesel? It's always going to cost more money to build something that's hybrid. It's a higher level of technology, And then when they get old, hardly anybody knows how to fix them, and then you gotta buy another one. That's the reason down here in Texas where things don't really rust, I got a lot of customers with Ford F-150 pickups. Some of them are 30 years old or more, and they're still running really good. So you're going against planned obsolescence if you go to a simpler system that has only a gasoline engine or only a diesel engine. Making it hybrid, to me, that's too much technology. Like, do we really need talking refrigerators that can order your food when you're low on milk? I mean, come on now. About getting rid of your car and getting an SUV or a crossover vehicle, that only makes sense in our society. Ford, really, they're just following the market forces so they continue to make a profit and sell vehicles that people want to drive. Notice that Ford has stopped making Model Ts a long time ago. Even Volkswagen stopped making Beetles. Things change, and a company has to follow those changes or people won't buy their product. And since this is the Thursday segment where I answer a viewer's question, place your own question on the YouTube comments below and I'll pick the best ones to make a single video to answer your questions. So where else can you find a guy with 50 years experience of fixing cars to answer your own question with a video? So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.